time to cut fabric B1, and this is going to be a little bit more difficult to show you. So I'm looking at page 7 in the upper right hand corner. This is going to be the layout, how we lay out the pieces for B1. We have 6 templates. And remember, this B1 is the inside, is the background to the large star. So you're going to take your 22.5-inch strips that you cut, there are 4 of them, open them up, and it's going to be better if you press out this crease in the middle. It'll help you lay out your pieces better. And lay them right sides up. Then we're going to take these, follow this layout here on this diagram, and lay your pieces out, and we're going to pin them with flathead pins, and then we'll cut them out. So let me show you what I can. I'll start on the upper right hand corner of the fabric. So this is the top part of the stack of 3. And you can see I have these laid out here. This is the right hand side. And these grain lines that you see on the pattern pieces, this means that this line that's printed on here should be as parallel as possible to the top of the cut edge of the fabric. We want to make sure the grain lines go the correct way when they're put in the quilt, when these pieces are sewn into the quilt. So I have used flathead pins, and these are templates, and we're going to cut on the outside edge of all of these templates. So what I'm going to do first to help show you what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this in half to make it easier to handle. You just freehand this cut here. And I just cut my table, but that's okay. So let me move this one off. We'll come back to that one. And I'm going to cut this one here because it's smaller, so it'd be easier for you to see. We'll be putting the ruler on here, and it goes right over the pins because they're flatheads. And I like to be able to slide it around if I need to. So if you have a ruler that doesn't have the whatever stuff they put on the back of it to help it grip the fabric, you don't really need that kind of ruler for this thing. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see how I place the ruler. This ruler has a 1/4 inch. This ruler has a 1/4 inch line, like most of our rulers do. Where are we? Here we are. Here's the 1/4 inch line. And here is the 1/4 inch line of this template. Here is the outer edge that we trimmed on. So I'm going to take the 1/4 inch line on the ruler and match it to this line on the template. Like that. So when I do that, I don't have to pay attention to this outside line. Let's move it back out. I know that if I have it lined up on the 1/4 inch that's printed on the paper, I don't have to pay attention to what's going on the outside of the line. I know I'll get a perfect 1/4 inch. So we'll just trim this, and then we'll turn it around this way. Kind of flatten it out. Now you have to be careful with these pins because you will get stuck if you're not careful. And let's match the 1/4 inch lines here and trim. And then I'm going to cut this piece, just cut it out on this template, just to cut it loose from the fabric. And I'm going to slide this up and leave my rotary cutter in place, and I have the ruler going up against the cutter. So you match the lines again and then cut. So I just cut this one apart. Now we'll turn it over and trim this edge. Same way, match the 1/4 inch. Then you don't have to worry about the outside line. Now this one has a smart corner. We haven't come across those yet, and I'll show you what those are. This is a smart corner. It's got a trimmed off edge here where the point is trimmed off. Otherwise this point would be on here. So we're going to trim that off even with the paper. Here you just match the outside edge. Now you don't have to worry about this when you're piecing. There's another one on this side. Smart corner. Let's cut that off. Remove all the pins like this and just fold them to keep them together. Let me show you how I cut these big pieces. First I cut the big piece out, just rough cut, so it's more manageable. And that can be a freehand cut if you like. And let me show you. Match the 1/4 inch on the sew line, the 1/4 inch on the ruler with the sew line of the template, and then cut. And then just go to the next edge, do the same thing. Next edge. And this side here has a smart corner, so we cut that off. Now here I want to show you how I cut these long pieces with a short ruler. Line it up on one edge, and we're going to cut and stop. Cut and stop with the rotary cutter. It's still in place, and then slide the ruler up. Actually, I'm going to have to move this a little. And then continue. Slide the ruler up, line it up, and then continue your cut. Take the pins out. Fold it up and put it back into the bag.